Well, it had a huge impact. I think that's one of the areas that was most damaged by these pandemics, because obviously we had a full restriction in the movement of people, even at national level, and therefore many restaurants have closed up until the 18th of May. The hotels have closed up until June, and we even used some of the hotels to give other responses, for instance, in terms of people that had to be isolated, risk professionals, people from the hospital, people from the local police that decided not to put at stake their families, and so they, for instance, stayed in our youth hostel or in some hotels to have a better situation. In terms of the restaurants, many of those have closed and they have changed the way they work. For instance, throughout this period, we have supported many restaurants and other commerce to have migration to digital commerce or to do takeaway and delivery services. And this was the way that we could help them to deal with this situation and obviously to keep some activity throughout this period. Also, there were a lot of initiatives, a lot of measures that were approved by the national government that supported the companies, and we had a consultation office here in Braga together with Invest Braga to help all these small businesses to know how they could deal with the pandemic in terms of labor law, in terms of financing, in terms of fiscal exemptions, and many other measures that were arised from the national government. And finally, even in terms of the local authorities, we have some areas in which we can act. And for instance, for the restaurants, we created an initiative that we replicated from other cities all over Europe that was to grant full use of the public space to restaurants so that they could expand their terraces with no cost, and even giving them an exemption of taxes and local licensing so that they could have more capacity, more safety for their clients, and obviously increase the business that they could arrange throughout this period.